Hello, hello, it's very late, and I'm sure you can't see anything. It's very late. How are you? How are you? I hope you can hear me anyway. Anyway, I just came on here to see. I was wondering the other day, you know how as adults, we can't remember a lot of, you know, when we were younger, like, say, let's say from the age of, we can't remember how we were like when we were newborns because we won't remember that. A newborn era. Who remembers life when we're newborns now that they're adults? I don't think anyone remembers that stage. Do you? I don't remember. I'm an adult now and I don't remember my life, myself as a newborn, or myself as a 1 year old, or myself as a 2 year old. You know, do you remember? I don't think so. I wonder why that is. I mean, the furthest back I can remember I think is when I was 9 years old. I can remember life when I was 9. Oh, that's good that you're okay, Norina. How are you? I hope you're doing well. When we were little children, our lives back then, we can't remember that. That's weird, I think. It would be, I think, I don't know if it would be nice if we could all remember our lives when we were babies. I'm sure there's a study on this, but I just don't know. Haven't read anything. So I wonder if anyone can answer this. If you can, how come us as humans, adult humans, we can't remember our lives when we're younger, when we're babies? Because there's no way I can explain how my life was like when I was a baby. And no one can. If you're already an adult, you only remember, um, I don't know. And I think maybe it's different for everyone. You might just remember when you was maybe 10, 11, 12, and so on, and going up. It is crazy. But anyway, I was thinking, I'm going to go back to that question I asked a long time ago on this page, on this YouTube account. Can we have it all as adults? Can we have it all? And by that I mean, can we be successful in every single area of our lives? For example, can we be 100% successful financially? At the same time, can we be 100% successful in our relationships, in different relationships, whether that's marriage, friendship, being a good child to someone, a good relative, and so on, good neighbor, um, being very successful at managing your time, maintaining your peace, different areas. So can we have all of that? Can we have it all? And I think, personally, I think, yes, we can. We can have it all. But I just think at different times in life. I don't think we can have every single success that a human can achieve all in one go. I think that's impossible actually. And if we try to be successful in every single areas of our lives all at the same time, I think we're just gonna end up with burnout. Some areas will be neglected, at times because one person can't have it all at the same time. It's gonna be impossible. So yes, we can have it all, but at different times. You could spend maybe 10 years trying to achieve one goal, maybe 2 years trying to achieve another one, and so on. At different time in life, we can achieve everything we want to achieve. All because the way I look at it is, it's like trying to chase after two different animals. Hi, hello, how are you? I'm okay. I'm okay. Am I okay? Yeah, I'm all right. Thank you. How are you? That's good. It's good to hear you're fine. You're good. Yeah. So I was asking this question: if we can have it all in life, like, and I mean have all the successful, all the success in life that a human being can achieve. Can we have it all? Whether that is money or relationships or um I don't know, being just a good person and working on yourself and all sorts of achievements there is. UK, I'm from UK. What about yourself? Where are you from? Yeah, so we can achieve everything. We can be successful in every single areas of our lives, but just at different time, not all at the same time. Because if we try, oh, oh, how is America? How's the weather there in America? Is it cold? Because it's very cold here. It's cold, yes. It's also cold here. So yeah, so no, the best time to travel there really because it's just cold. I thought it was going to be a bit hot there, but not. Um so anyway, like I was saying, I hear some people say, especially women, some say yes, you can have it all. You can have it all. I don't see why you can't achieve every success you want to achieve. You can be a successful entrepreneur or businesswoman. You can be a successful mother. You can be a successful wife or partner. You can be a successful sister. You can be a successful friend, a successful child, you know, all at the same time. And I just don't think that's true. Yes, you can, but not all at the same time. It's just impossible because how can you split yourself or divide yourself into all those different you know roles all at the same time? You can't. It's not within a human power to do all that. And even if you try, you can try to achieve all those things at the same time, but you're gonna end up with burnout and you're going to be struggling to make all those things successful. So some of those things will end up suffering because you're trying to achieve other things too. So, and it's okay. We don't have to have it all at the same time. We can take time and achieve few things at a time because life, like the way life works is in seasons. We go different seasons. I look at it like the weather. So we go a season of summer. We'll go a few months with the sun, and then we'll have few months where it's not sunny and it's cold. And then a few months of when it's autumn and all that. So we don't always get all weathers, all I mean all seasons at the same time. So it's just steps, you know what I mean? And that's okay because sometimes we want to achieve everything. We can't wait. We don't want to wait. You know, we're impatient. We don't want to wait. And it's nice to be successful in every single area all at the same time and as quick as possible. That's nice. But, sometimes we have to wait. We have to learn to be patient. But anyway, that's what I have to say on that. Um, okay, my other point was, does money buy happiness? So I wanted to talk about this as well. Now, my answer to that is money does make life easier. If you are rich, you have a lot of money. It just means you don't have to worry about paying your bills. And it's nice not have to worry about where how you gonna eat, how you gonna feed your children, you know, how you gonna pay rent, how you gonna pay all your bills. Because every month you have to pay these things, the bills and all of that. And you don't have to worry about these things anymore if you have a lot of money. And so that's less stress on you. And that's what I mean by, if you have a lot of money, it makes life a little bit easier. There are a lot of things that money can buy that you don't have to worry about because you have a lot of money that can cover it all. And it allows you to, having that much kind of money allows you to be able to live a better lifestyle, a lifestyle which is luxurious. You can afford to travel. Like, let's say you are flying by plane, you can afford to be on a plane but first class, which is better than economy class on a plane. So you can afford luxury in life. And some people can afford to fly by private jets, which a lot of people have never experienced. They've never been in one at all, because they don't have the money to afford to travel with a private jet. So money makes life a little doesn't buy 100% happy, and knows because it makes life a bit easier. Um, it buys some level of happiness, because the way I think happiness is not just one thing. I think happiness has so many areas to it. It's not just the one thing, I'm happy and that's it. There's so many different things that can make people happy. Yeah. For someone to be happy, they need different things. So they need all the necessities paid for. So they need a home. Okay, I may build that. You said you need a big muscular man in your life. Oh, I hope you get one. I hope you get the person you're looking for. That's all I can say. So, so happiness, the way I can define happiness, the way I understand it myself, is it involves so many different areas. I think for a human to be somewhat happy, they need many things, not just one thing, not just money itself. They need a lot of things. So they need the necessities taken care of, like all the bills. They don't have to worry about bills. They need a place to live, a nice place to live, like a home, a nice home. They need an easier and better way of transport going from A to B. They need to dress well. They need to be healthy. They need to be able to, you know, travel every now and then just to go and relax, like a vacation or holiday. Um, all these things. There's so many things people need in order to be happy, and not all of them require money. You know what I mean? So if you, like, say, peace of mind, having peace of mind, money doesn't buy you that much peace of mind. Because if you have that much money, most of the times it's because you're working for it and you're working hard to make that much money. And if you're working really hard to make a lot of money, I don't think I think you have a lot of stress because you're constantly working to keep up with this level of wealth, which means you probably have businesses that are very successful. You're employing so many different people, and so you're in charge of all these people that you are employing, and so you have the stress of making sure your companies, your businesses keep succeeding. And so and you got people that you have to pay a salary or salaries every month, so you're in charge of all these things. And if anything goes wrong in a company, you have to answer to it. You know what I mean? You have a lot of people to answer to, so you have a stressful life. Even though you have a lot of money, it is quite stressful. So money doesn't buy that. It doesn't make you stress free. You know what I mean? Money doesn't buy ultimate health. You know what I mean? There's so many things money can buy, and those things make people happy. That's what I mean by happiness. Happiness has so many different levels to it, um, and we need more than just money to be 100% happy. So, okay, what's my other point? Um, let's say, actually, I don't know. No, that one. Well, anyway, I would like to remind people, please, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, could you please be very kind and subscribe? Because I'm trying to reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers on this channel, and I can only do that with your help, guys. Please, please try to subscribe. But if you've already subscribed, thank you so much for your support. If you haven't, please subscribe. Thank you. Anyway, let's go back into let me see. Was I was going to talk about another topic. Now which one was it? Thank you so much for the like. I see it. I see it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Um so I have this story I was going to tell. I'm trying to see if I can remember. I read it the other day. And I'm the one who wrote it, and I forgot that I wrote that. It's a fictional story. This is a fictional channel anyway. I wrote it a long time ago, and then I forgot that I wrote it. And then recently, just a few days ago, I saw it again, and I read it, and I remember, oh, I wrote this, and I wrote it for this channel, and I forgot to share it. I'm trying to see if I can remember it on top of my head. So I think it's about this lady, right? This lady got into a relationship with this guy, and and the relationship is going really well. So they're dating, and then they've decided to move in together. But this guy has never been married before. The girl has been married like 3 times and divorced 3 times. So this is a fourth relationship and a fourth marriage if they end up getting married. Um, so so the relationship is going well, and the guy ends up proposing to the girl, and the girl says yes, and they get married. But this guy's family, they don't want him to marry this girl, only because the girl has been divorced 3 times. So they think that this marriage, she's going to divorce him. They think this girl is going to divorce him since she's been divorced 3 times, and they just don't think she can keep a relationship or a marriage going forever. You know what I mean? And they could be wrong about her. All right, I don't know. But that's their main concern, especially because their son, that's his first marriage. And they just prefer that he marries someone who has never been divorced that many times at least. Anyway, he doesn't listen to them, and they get married anyway because they're both happy, they love each other, things are going great. And so they start living together as husband and wife, And then the wife is start getting very jealous all of the sudden, so he wouldn't let him go anywhere without her tracking his location. She wants to know everywhere he goes. If he goes to work, she knows what time he finishes work, and so she start timing him from the moment let's say he finishes work at 5 p.m. So from 5 p.m. she start timing him. She knows exactly how long it takes from his place of work to the house. So let's say it takes 30 minutes to get home. That includes traffic, right? So she literally puts a timer on her phone for 30 minutes from 5 o'clock. And so if and she expects him to be home at 5:30. If he's not home by 5:31, she start calling him, and if he doesn't pick up the phone, she texts him, leaving him horrible messages, very upsetting messages. And then when he finally gets home, he's gonna have to answer to where did he go. It's gonna be a fight. She's gonna start complaining, fighting him, and so on. And this is how they live their lives every day. But he doesn't track where she goes. She can just go anywhere out to see her friends, work, and all that. He doesn't really, you know, keep her location or time her to see how long it take and all that. He can't be bothered with that. Um, so this has been going on for a long time. But anyway, he ends up finding a job in a different country, though, a neighboring country, and that's his dream job because this job is gonna pay him 3 times his current salary. 3 times. That is a lot of money. So he's excited, and this is a job he's always wanted to do. That's his dream job. He applied. He got the job because he already applied. He didn't tell her. He just applied because he got excited. He applied and he did the interview. And he now tells now in this new job, it means he has to relocate. He has to move to that country because there's no way he can be going to work in one country. Um, if he does it that way, it means you have to go work in that country for like a month or two, and then come back home for maybe one month. 1 month off. And to be honest, the best thing to do is for him to relocate, to just move there, because it'll be easier that way. So he tells his wife that he got the job, it's 3 times his salary, that's his dream job, but the only problem is he has to relocate. The wife says, no, no, we're not moving. I don't want you to take that job. You can just stay here. You already have a job here, and we are happy here, right? So I don't want you to, relocate and all that. Because she has a family here as well. So the guy doesn't know what to do because he really, really wants to do that job. He wants to go work there. And so he tells his family, and his family say he should take that job. He should just go there, live in that country and start working and don't listen to his wife. So at the end of the day, he doesn't know what to do. He's not 100% sure because he doesn't want to upset his wife. But at the same time, if he doesn't upset his wife by not taking the job, he'll be upsetting himself, but by not taking the job. So at the end of the day, he needs to make a decision. So he ended up making a decision of moving there. He told his wife it's either she comes with him to that country so he can start working, or he goes by himself. And she was not happy about this at all. Um, so at first she stayed, she didn't go, but then she couldn't bear the thought that he's gonna be in a different country by himself without her, and there's no way she can take that. She's not doing that. So she decided to move there with her as well, but against the will. But it also meant she had to give up her job where they used to live, and it also means that she's gonna start. She needs to start looking for another job over there, which is not easy. It's hard. But so her husband said, now that we're in this different country, right? You don't, and you are. It's very hard for you to find a job because it's very stressful. It's a different country, different ways of doing things, and it's not fair on you because I made you move here. Now I make a lot of money now, more than I used to make. So why don't you just stay home and don't work? Because I can, my salary alone can cover everything we need. So you can stay home and you don't have to work. So she did that for a bit. She stayed home. She didn't work for a few months. And then she realized she didn't like it only because she didn't like the fact that she had to ask him for money to do anything. Asking for money to just do her own things, asking him for money literally for everything, everything. And she's used to making her own money for years. So it felt very weird for her to having to ask him for money all the time. So she started looking for a job again, but she couldn't find any work, and any job that she would find, they would tell her she's not qualified. The salary would be very little, and it just won't be worth her going to work, spending all that time. And at this point, she's pregnant. Um, and obviously they'd prefer not to hire because she's gonna be going on maternity leave soon. So some places where she goes apply for a job, they won't give her a job, but they won't tell her the reason is because she's pregnant. Of course, they can't do that, but they just won't hire her because they know very in few months she'll be going on maternity leave, and they don't want to have to replace her. So she's struggling at this point. At the end of the day, she's decided, what's the point then? Because now in few months she's gonna give birth, and then her life will be even busier because of the newborn. So she decided she'll just stay home then, since it's a possibility. Financially, it's fine. She stayed home with her baby. Give me a. All right, guys. I'm gonna have to stop this live now, and I'm gonna go to bed. Thank you. Bye.